to. There's a lot more I could do, but I owe it all to you. I recall your father told you not to. I can't say the words I'm meaning. It's easy and absurd, but holding to a word. Don't know which direction I am leaning. Well, hello, and welcome back to Curless Mania, where we talk all things pop, rock, and prog. Today we're not talking any music, though. This is just a year-end 2025 recap. Hope you enjoyed that little collage that I made earlier. Just wanted to, acknowledge all the guests that I had during the year, and they're really vital and essential to the success of the channel. And really enjoyed getting to know, some new people, some new faces, as well as some returning faces. So it's been really fun for me. It's been a great year. It's just, you get to the end of the year. It's December 30th. We're kind of between, Christmas and New Year's, and it's sort of like that time in your life where you kind of go, okay, you're sort of reflecting and you're looking ahead. So it's kind of like that middle period where you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm kind of reflecting back on the year and then also looking to the year ahead. So it's kind of both. And you get a little bit, sentimental, a little bit wistful, but then you also get kind of like, what am I going to do? What am I doing next year? And you start having these plans, you start planning for the future a little bit. It's kind of impossible not to feel this way at the end of the year, beginning of the new year. And it's kind of also weird where you're like, wow, another year just flew by. I mean, it just feels like years just go. It just, as you get older, man, years just start to fly by. It's like, man, another year just went by. So, but at the same time, it was a good year, and I really can't complain too much. And, it's funny how, I was thinking about my channel, and, it's interesting how I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers and taking it all in. And I think everybody, as a YouTuber, I've been doing this for seriously now for about almost 2 years now, just about 2 years. And this past year, I feel like I got a little more serious about it. Like every year, I feel like I'm getting more into it and a little bit more serious about what I'm doing. And I really kind of pushed it this year as far as, not as far as I could, but I pushed it harder. And I feel like in 2026, I want to do even more. And I was thinking about like things that I haven't done and things that I could do. I mean, I haven't really done any live streams. So that might be something that I try to do in 2026 and do some live streams. That might be kind of fun. I feel like I've got enough people that are sort of somewhat following me that I can do a live stream and people be interested in it. It's one of those, you kind of have to get like somewhat of a decent amount of subscribers before you do that, in my opinion. But so I'm kind of maybe to that point. And what's great is that I already have, I was just telling somebody, I already have January filled. I mean, January is already full of what I'm going to be doing for the month, which is crazy. That's the first time that's happened where I have a month in advance that's already pretty much booked. So that's a good thing. And I got some great stuff coming. I'm kind of excited about January. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff in January. So stay tuned. But yeah, I was thinking about doing some live streams. I was thinking about maybe doing some more panels. Possibly, we'll see about that. I don't know, maybe some different topics, maybe branch out a little bit from what I've been doing music wise. Like maybe there's already some of that stuff coming in January actually. So, um, it's interesting how you kind of fall back on certain things and you keep going back to certain wells, and after a while it's like, okay, maybe I need to, it's that constant thing of a YouTuber where they have this like, okay, what's my content gonna be? What am I gonna do next? Or what am I gonna focus on? And some of that stuff is sort of seat of the pants and kind of like gut feeling stuff. And then sometimes you have like thoughts, and sometimes things come from other people. Like sometimes when people come to view a video and they make comments and they actually give you ideas, they'll say like, oh, why don't you do this, or you did that, why don't you do this? And you're like, okay, that's a good idea. So, and you have this feeling that people want to hear it and see it, so you're like, okay, I'll do that. But definitely there was a point where I felt like, man, in the middle of the year I felt like, things had kind of stalled a little bit, and my subscriber count just kind of stopped, and my view count was down, and I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I need to shift things up, and maybe I need to, do things differently, and maybe I need. Oh, another thing I want to do is more shorts. People were talking about shorts. People like, the attention span is just it's just a fact. The attention span is down for the population, most of the population, and I do these 40-minute, videos, or sometimes to an hour. That's long. You're asking a lot of people to sit for 40 minutes and watch something. So, and I think the general population, you do these shorts and people watch the shorts because they're only, 2 minutes long, and they're really quick hits, quick fix. I just did one for the Christmas. I just said Merry Christmas and showed a couple records and did a short, and people, it gets a decent amount of views just because it's short. So that's something I got to keep in mind. Um, and what else was I going to say? I lost my train of thought here. But yeah, so it's just interesting, like, how you get different ideas from different people. That's where I was. And sometimes it comes from you and sometimes it comes from others. And sometimes I like to just, expand my knowledge about music. Sometimes it'll be a band that I don't know that much about, and maybe I'll just jump in because I'm like, okay, I don't really know that much about this band. Now's a good time to dive into their catalog and check it out. So sometimes I'll do that as well. Like I'll just take on, like, like one band, for example, in 2025 was Uriah Heep. I don't really know Uriah Heep at all. I mean, I kept hearing their name pop up. Different people would talk about them, but I just didn't know that band. And so Peter Kerr was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do something on Uriah Heep. Do you want to join?" And I was like, "Okay." So I jumped on his channel and did a Uriah Heep thing, and I just steeped in it for 2 weeks. I just listened to nothing but Uriah Heep, and it's interesting. I mean, you get to know a new band that way, and it's an old band, but it's a new band to you. So it's that stuff's kind of cool. Um, and what else was I going to say? Yeah, no, I was going to say thank you before I forget. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I probably don't say that enough. I want to say thank you for people that have hit that subscribe button and liked a video and watched a video. I mean, at this point, I'm thankful for anybody who's interested in watching and engaging in my channel. So, I mean, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there now. It seems like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think that's part of the issue too that people are having. It's just there's so many channels now and so much to watch. It's becoming like white noise where there's just so many people. Even music. I mean, people just talking. There's a lot of music channels out there. There's a lot of people talking about music. But it's fun because you know what? Everyone's got a different take on it. Everyone's got a different opinion. Everybody likes what they like. And it's sometimes fun to. That's why we talk about music, because everyone hears it differently and it's so subjective, and it's kind of fun to talk about. 'Cause some people, you'll think, oh my God, this album is 5-star record. And then you'll talk to someone and they'll be like, and you're like, oh my God, like a full thumbs down, like that album sucks. And you're like, what? Or I don't think that, or I think that album's overrated, or I don't like it, and here's why. It's just fun to do. It's just a fun thing. It's just fun to talk music. And because we love music so much, I'm a huge music lover, so it's just so much fun to talk about. And it's fun to talk about with people, like-minded people, like people that are also huge music nuts, like that was really into it. And it's just fun to talk about collecting. It's fun to talk about albums. It's fun to talk about songs. It's fun to talk about production. It's fun to talk about arcs. We talk about career arcs a lot, where it's like, oh, this is the pinnacle, and then after that they kind of fell off, or this was they were up, and then that's you can talk about that a lot. I did. That's what I was doing with Pete Pardo. We were doing incredible runs, and part of the incredible runs is we have to determine what's the run. Like, and sometimes that can be a little bit of a discussion. Like, okay, when did it end? The Queen one. We were like, do we include the game? And then we said, yeah, we have to include the game. So, but it's time. There are moments where you're like, do we include that record or do we not? Because you're talking. I mean, you're using the word incredible. So the album has to be like incredible. So if it's not incredible, it shouldn't make the run. So it's just one of those things where you're just kind of, these are things that we love to talk about. So, and debate endlessly, right? So, anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has engaged with Curlis Mania over the last year, 2 years. I really appreciate you, and thanks again for a fun year. And here's to more in 2026. We'll keep this, in keeping with attention spans. We're going to keep this one short. I'm just going to say thanks again, everybody, for your time and energy in 2025. And I'm going to create a lot more content in 2026, and I want you to stay with me for the ride. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we will. I think my next video I'm going to do by myself as well. I'm going to do another like kind of a Christmas haul where I kind of go through what I got music wise for Christmas and go through them and talk about them. So that might be kind of fun to do. And then we'll really get serious like first week in January and start getting the guests back and post post you know holidays. So that's it. And hope you guys are doing great. Hope you had a great Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. And we'll see you again soon on Curlis Mania. See ya. And we're not quite done yet. I forgot to mention Crossword Smiles, which is a band that I'm in with my buddy Chip Som. And we made a record called Consequences and Detours, which was our second album, which came out in 2025. And it got some, internet radio play. It got some great reviews. It got on some year-end 2025 lists, which is really nice. So we worked really hard on it, and we were really proud of it. And it came out on CD and vinyl. And you can find it anywhere. I'm just Google Crossword Smiles, it'll come up. There's many places you can buy it if you want. We do have a Bandcamp page. We got a Facebook page. You can check it out. So yeah, there have been some people that have said, "You're a musician, right? Do you have any music?" So I just figured I would put it out there that yes, I am in a band, and yes, we put out an album in 2025. And the song that was part of the collage was Crossword Smiles, and it's on that album. So if you want to go check it out, I just wanted to mention that as well because that was another big part of my 2025. So that's it. All right, see you next time, Curlis Mania. See you.